So my buddy calls me and is like, hey, this guy's tractor's broke. It's been broke. And now I think he said 2 acres is kind of overgrown. He goes, do you mind helping the guy out? I was like, absolutely not, man. Let's do it. And so we got the 754 loaded up. I got to chain it down. And overnight, the bat wing came down, so I got to fix that. But, you know, when someone asks you to help them, you help them. You know, it's his tractor's broke. He could do it if he probably wants to do it himself. So those kind of people you don't mind helping because, well, you don't mind helping anybody. But those people that help themselves are the best people to kind of help because you're like, hey, we all get down on our luck sometimes, right? We all have equipment that goes bad. We all have, situations where sometimes you just need help. It's no problem to ask for help. So we got the 754 loaded up. We're going to go run over there. I think he said it was 2 acres. And I said, well, should I bring my bat wing? He goes, dude, if you bring your bat wing, you'll be done in 20 minutes. So we're going to try to get done in 20 minutes. All right, let's get it chained down. Let's get over there. Well, we made it. All right, got everything unchained. And it's not a tough job. It doesn't appear to be. There's a big section right here that's, 50 by 20 or something. So that's super easy. This field gets cut. Around here, just got to dodge the shelter, the shed, and the building and the truck, and cut underneath that. So this stuff is, it's over your head in some places, right? So, that's 6 foot tall, maybe 7 foot tall stuff, but it's not thick stuff, it's not hard stuff. So I should be able to get it pretty easy. And it wraps around this way. There's a pond back there in the back I got to make sure that I don't get. But listen, we're going to take care of this pretty super easy. But the guy was saying, he was asking me, he's like, hey, what are you charging me? And I said, dude, it's free, man. Just don't worry about it. It's free. So he was like, no, I got to pay you something. I was like, nah, just be blessed. And I told him it was free. I'm not going to charge him for anything. But you know what else is free? If you spend $50 or more at HamiltonvilleFarm.com in the month of September, get a free hat if you spend $50 or more during the month of September. So you guys go to Hamiltonville Farm. We also have like tons of discount codes in the description for our affiliate links and stuff, like these Tideweed boots. Our Tideweed affiliate link is HF18. And we earn commissions off that kind of stuff, obviously, but we're trying to save you guys money. That's at the end of the day, we want to bless people by saving them money. And if we get a little kickback on that, great. If not, so be it. No big deal to us. We've been blessed beyond measure. But let's take care of this. Let's take care of that. Let's take care of this. That's my buddy Brandon over there. Anyway, I know what I want to do. I want to show y'all what he was using that's broke. There's an old finish mower. But he had this old International. That's probably a 4-foot bush hog, maybe 5 at the best. But look at that deck on that thing. Yeah, but the tractor's broke, so he can't even use the tractor to cut with. So he didn't even have a top link on that thing. A lot of people don't put top links on their bush hogs. I've seen that before in the past. Nonetheless, this is what he was using that is not running, so it got away from him. And our job is to just knock it down for him. And, it's getting close to not growing back for at least 4 or 5 months because of the cold weather. So he should have it looking nice for a couple months. Okay, everybody always asks, why do you put the headphones on inside the cab of your tractor? Is it loud? No, I listen to music. So, and these speakers stink. But every video I do this, people ask why I do it. Hey Brandon, will you take this wheel chalk off over here? I forgot about it. All right, here we go. Let me turn the music off while I get off this thing, so I can hear what's going on here. Get the straps off of it. Call it good. It is gravity fed, and it would come down on its own, but whatever, right? You just have to be real careful on like new property. Like this field ain't going to be bad, but I just got to make sure I'm not. He said there's only one place that's got a wire that's down over there, so we'll be extra careful with that. But this field right here is going to be easy cheesy. I just have to be real careful around the edges here. But it looks pretty simple. There's a swamp right there, so I'll just make sure nothing's, soupy, I guess you'd say. But it doesn't appear that it's going to be. So I'm going to get all this cut, and then I'm going to back into that section over there. But I'll cut the main field first, and then come back and do that. Yeah, and he was right. It ain't going to take 20 minutes. Fix that mirror. I really feel this thick stuff right here. Woo. Yeah, that was thick. But we'll get it. It's like, yeah, it's like cutting hay almost. But we'll get it. Alright, we got this side licked. That looks much better, don't it? Look at that. So now we'll move over, get all this over here. So this section's a little taller. So we got to look, just going to go a little slower, that's all. I'm actually going to go to medium 1. Set you guys right there. Can you see? It's going to take a little longer, but it's going to be safer. You know what I mean? I'm going to raise my bat wing up a little bit. My buddy Brandon said he walked this, so we should be good. He said he moved all the obstacles, except for like limbs and brushes and stuff. Still have those. Look at this stuff. Let's see. He cut it here. Oh, he's cut a. That's nice of him. Somebody cut a path. That's pretty nasty as far as like thick stuff, but and I'm cutting it high. I think I'm cutting it high so that it has a chance for the debris to get underneath the cutter and get out of there without binding it up. But not too many obstacles. I'm just glad there's not like overhanging trees and stuff. Overhanging limbs. Overhanging trees, we'd be in trouble. Huh? Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's keep making these laps and then we'll be done with this section. One thing I gotta watch the temp gauge because my grill is running into all these weeds and stuff. I did bring a blower with me, so we'll keep an eye on the temperature gauge because it has the potential to get the radiator clogged up. But she likes 181, 183. We're running 179 because it's a cool day outside. That stuff's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. Gotta thread the needle here on this. That stuff right there don't bother me, but you never know. Be that golden BB, as we say. Yeah, I told him I was going to stay about 5-10 feet off that house or that shed. Now here, he said there's a lot of dead limbs under here. But if they're dead limbs, I think I can handle it. So I'm really not too worried about it. Not unless it's like dead trunks. But if it's just a limb or two, I think we'll be alright. Let's go through here. Yeah, we're fine. Hear that? We call that witch's beard. What do you guys call it? Yeah, easy cheesy. That's probably as close as we're going to get to that building. And a couple reasons. People like to keep things close to buildings, right? Coolers, step ladders, crap like that. So I'm not going to get any closer than that. So that's as close as we'll get on that side. Looking good though. This stuff right here is thick, man. It is nasty. Let's just cut the corner with a bat wing instead of turning the cab in there. Yeah, there we go. And then this is as close as I'm going to get on this side. Like I can see what is, we'll see what that is when we get there. Yeah, it's like part of the roof or something. Alright, that's the last pass here. Alright, we're going to turn beside this truck. The truck is still going to be buried. But we'll get close. Hit this over here. It's been nice not hitting any obstacles. Alright, let's go in between the house here. That should give them a nice little swath to cut through, and then we'll get around the tree here. But I don't think I can get under that limb. Not all the way anyway. Let me get all this off. I think it's green, but I don't want that around my exhaust. Catch on fire, you know. I don't think it would because it's so green. But I don't want to risk it. There we go. A little safer that way. This is looking good. This is looking good. Everything's looking like it's supposed to. Okay, so we got all this knocked out. Got all that knocked out. Now we'll just get a little bit behind the house and I think we're done. Looks good, don't it? Okay, let me get this off the PTO shaft here. Should I do it? Should I try it while it's running or should I turn it off? We're gonna let that thing slow down just a little bit. This viney stuff was nasty. Yeah, we'll get this off here. Oh, sorry, Brandon. All right. Well, don't that look great? Just a little bit more. Okay. Man, is this not awesome, guys? Awesome. I think we're in good shape. All right. So Brandon, he's not the homeowner. He's just a buddy of mine. He's going to go walk it again to make sure there's no obstacles in the way. All right, go around this little vine right here. Oh, we're about to hit it. They caught a big limb. Woo. There's a pond right here somewhere. I got to make sure I don't go in the pond. There's a pond. Just turning around here. I'm not going to trace the pond. That would be a disaster, wouldn't it? Getting that pond. Yeah. Kind of scared to be over there, to be honest with you. It's about as close as I want to get. Yeah. No offense, mister, but I don't want to get that close to your pond. This pile right here is a bunch of like dead limbs or like trunks of trees and stuff. Isn't that a pretty pond? And then come out on this side, and this is it. We'll trace out a couple times and we'll be done. Not a bad day at the office, is it? Look at that. I'm gonna go back in that way. How dark green that big pile is in there, I think that's old wood. So I'll just kind of skirt the edges and look, and we'll get what we can. We finally hit 181 on the temperature gauge. I'm still on setting 1 on my AC. I just bumped it up. Oh, it dropped down to 179, so we're still good on the engine temp. We're good with 181 anyway. And planting cotton. Got a cotton field over here. This stuff over here. It's literally, I mean, that's 8 foot tall, you know? That's 8 foot tall. So I'm just rounding the edges of it. So I'm just gonna put my front tire along the edge, like that, and let the bush hog cut 3 or 4 foot deep into it. To me, it's just a little safer. Same thing with here. This is where the obstacles are, I think. So we're just going to let the bush hog or the batwing just kind of eat this a little bit at a time. Hopefully we can get it all knocked down for them, you know what I mean? That'd be awesome. I know how it is, man. You just want this stuff cut, gone. Woo! Dig! Haven't seen any big, like, chunks of logs yet. Maybe we're missing them. There's a big piece right here. I think it'll be all right. All right, one more strip and we're done. Got 185, 183, and we got this one strip left. And we'll be done. I didn't keep track of the time, but it was only, we've been out here an hour at the most, maybe 45 minutes. That's it. We're done. All right, we'll go. I'll get my blower off. I'll blow off this deck. Just kind of do a once over of the machine. And we are done, man. This was a fun job. Fun job. Maybe he'll come let me fish that pond, huh? Hey, you guys take care. Remember, Jesus loves you.